crazy if I was to say this is a guaranteed hit. It's crazy, but it's fine. Dominic Solanke to Tottenham is a guaranteed hit. It is a net positive. This is a good piece of business. This is a good signing. Now, fair enough. I know everybody's going to turn around and say, HAJJ, he's only really had one good season in the Premier League. He's only really got one double-digit season. HAJJ's overrated. Nah, not really. When it comes to players, they blossom at different ages. They're fully developed at different ages. They gain the necessary experience to do their jobs on a consistent basis at different ages. So at the end of the day, who cares about the past? Focus on the present. And the present shows Dominic Solanke scored 19 goals for Bournemouth last year. Okay, so what are the three things I want to focus on? What are the three things, in my opinion, Dominic Solanke specializes in? Number one is my favorite. I'll be so honest. Number one is my favorite when it comes to attackers, when it comes to strikers. Why? Because not many strikers have improvisation. Dominic Solanke in that area specializes. Now you're probably sat wondering, HAJJ, what do you mean by improvisation when it comes to a number 9? Improvisation as in a striker that can think outside the box. A striker that can come up with solutions on the spot. A striker, in football terms, that can create his own opportunities. He doesn't need the whole team to be catered around him. He doesn't need that one specific player. A striker that knows how to put the ball into the back of the net, but if he has to take measures into his own hands, he can. Okay, let's get into it. Luton versus Bournemouth. A cross is put into the box. Now you can see Solanke is surrounded. He is surrounded by nearly 50% of Luton's team. We're talking 5 players. You know what? I'll even show you another angle. He is surrounded. The cross is put into the box. Now the first piece of skill, which, now this doesn't apply to every striker in the Premier League. The first piece of skill, to control the ball with your back to goal whilst being surrounded by opposition players. He kills that ball dead. From the sky, he controls it. Sweet. Now he's controlled it, but he's still got 5 players behind him. 5 players pulling on his shirt. 5 players that are closing him down from every single angle. The majority of Premier League strikers lay the ball into one of their teammates that has a strike on goal, or they recycle. But this is what I mean by improvisation. A striker that takes measures into his own hands. A striker that can create opportunities for himself. Because you look at Dominic Solanke here, this is not a goal-scoring opportunity. But within a matter of seconds, he's clean through on goal, and he has the composure, he has the confidence to dink it over the keeper. The second example is against Aston Villa. Dominic Solanke's in the box. Cross comes in. Now the cross is hit behind him. In order for him to control this ball, he has to now rotate. If he rotates, what does that mean? He's now got his back to goal. Similar to the goal he scored against Luton. So what does that mean now? He's received the ball with his back to goal. There is no shooting angle. This is not a goal-scoring opportunity. But once again, improvisation. Once again, a striker that can create their own opportunities. He receives the ball. He's got his back to goal. He's got 1-2 defenders around him. He rolls the centre-half onto his stronger foot. He's now created a shooting angle. But if you were to now stop this video, and if I was to ask you, where would you put the ball? Where would you shoot the ball if you were in that situation? I think 9 times out of 10, people would shoot to the goalkeeper's left. That's where the space is. That's where the angle is. But this is where smartness, this is where IQ comes into the fold. Dominic Solanke knows this. The keeper is expecting me to go into that corner. The defenders that you can see are running across, about to slide across to block the shot. Everybody knows what corner he's going into. So why don't I wrong foot them? Why don't I go in the opposite corner? Catch the goalkeeper by surprise, catch the defenders by surprise. Low and hard, goalkeeper's near post. So what's the second thing that Dominic Solanke specializes in? This is something that, by the way, he was ranked second in the Premier League after Ollie Watkins. Headed goals, aerial ability. Look at these 2 goals in a game that he scored a hat-trick against Nottingham Forest. Look at these 2 headers. Now, number 1, it's just quality. It's just quality. Near post, but far out from goal. The goal is behind you. You can clearly see the goal is behind him. But to generate that much power, to loop a header into the far corner, that is impressive. But the second one is probably the best. This is where players take penalties from. This is about 12, 13 yards out. To get the jump on the centre half, to generate power, but most importantly, like I've put a target mark on that goal. You can see it. To get that much power from 12 yards out, to get that header on target and to score, that is impressive. And it shows you he can score with the ball at his feet, but he can also score in the air. The third and final is Dominic Solanke is multifaceted. He's talented in a variety of different ways. His overall game is broad. But I want to focus on one example because I've already shown you guys examples of Dominic Solanke against teams that are already in their defensive shapes, against teams that have decided to put 5 players on him. So he's shown us low blocks, surrounded by opposition players, in tight areas, I'll find a way to get out and score. But how good is he on the transition? How good is he on the counter-attack? Bournemouth versus Brentford. Dominic Solanke down the left-hand side. 1v1 against Ben Mee. Attacking the space. Getting into the penalty area, knowing fully well, if he clips me, I win a penalty. But this is once again just a smart piece of play. And this is something that I can't say about many number 9s in the Premier League. Charges into the box. Now, he knows I'm in the opposition box, but I now need to create myself a shooting angle. And when I do create myself a shooting angle, I need to score. But let's create myself a shooting angle. Drop on the shoulder, cuts in on his favoured right foot. Now, once again, 9 times out of 10, strikers go to the keeper's far post because that's where the space is. Wrap their foot around the ball, keeper's far post. The beauty in it is, when you do this whole maneuver within a matter of seconds, drop on the shoulder, cut in on your favoured right foot, if you shoot near post, it wrong foots the keeper, it surprises the keeper, but most importantly, your strike, the majority of the times, ends up going through the centre half's legs. So you use it as a layer to fool the keeper. And when you look at that goal, the goalkeeper was in no man's land. The keeper wasn't expecting it, and it's just a quality goal. It's just a quality piece of play, but it's smartness in the final third. So, to summarise, what have we learned? What have you learned about Dominic Solanke in this video? I'll tell you. Number 1, he is a well-rounded number 9. A number 9 that offers more than goals. A number 9 of a broad skill set. Every single one of his teammates will admire and love that about him. Why? It just makes it easier to play with. Number 2, Prem proven. 19 goals for Bournemouth, only 2 of them penalties. That is a Premier League proven number 9. He is Premier League experienced. He understands that he's familiar with the intensity, the physicality, and the demands of the Premier League week in, week out. Number 3, athletic. He is strong. He is physical. He can run the channels. He can hold up the ball. He is not a number 9 that's going to be, again, thrown around all over the place. He can hold his own. Number 4, technical. Quick feet, can beat his man, can help the team retain, recycle the ball. He is a technical centre forward. And the 5th and final, he is a team player. He scored 19 goals for Bournemouth, but he didn't do it out of sheer selfishness. He didn't do it by putting himself first. No, he scored 19 goals by making sure he was a team player. He passed when the opportunity presented itself, but at the same time, he knew how to get the most out of himself. But anyways, if you're new, make sure to subscribe, make sure to hit the like, make sure to let me know what you think in the comments, and I will catch you guys on another one.